What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about the next Annabelle movie, Annabelle Creation, the second one in the Annabelle film franchise, but it's also like the fourth film in the Conjuring universe or something. So, yeah, it's released by New Line Cinema, August 11th, 2017. It was written by Gary Doberman, produced by Peter Safran and James Wan, and directed by David F. Sandberg. Now, if that name sounds somewhat familiar, he's the one who did Lights Out and is working on Lights Out 2. That's coming out soon. He's also did Shazam and the up and coming Shazam Fury of the Gods, which comes out later this year. He also did uh, King Fury and Closet Space as well. A couple short films. Yeah, it's had a budget of $15 million and made over $306.5 million. So, yeah, Annabelle Creation. Well, this is a prequel to Annabelle and shows you how Annabelle was created. So it starts off with a toy maker, and he makes one of 100 Annabelle dolls, like these porcelain dolls. And then, which somehow the house ends up having a demonic presence in it, and where the family lives. But first, they take in a whole pile of orphans from the church and try to do it good. There's the Mullins family is the family that takes them in, and yeah, and the wife is ill and severely scarred and like has a weird mask and stuff, sort of like Phantom of the Opera, and she stays in her room all the time. So and they're told not to bug her. And then yeah, so as the orphans come, each one has you have your preppy girls that are always sticking together, and your two not so not so preppy ones. The one has was a result of polio. This takes place like during World War II or something, and yeah, she has like a walking disability, one leg's in like a splint thing, so she has to walk up a cane and stuff, which adds some more. Makes a good leverage for making new scares, to be honest. And you have the younger, more bright one who helps her out and tries to help figure out what's going on with this haunting, because they always see this little girl haunting the house. And then lo and behold, you'll learn that their daughter died, and they keep her around. They told her she could live in the doll, and as the, but then they also figure out that the doll is also a demonic presence that lives in it, and yeah, but yeah, it's a little confusing and stuff, but it's a pretty good film, to be honest. It has some pretty good setup. They have some cool, unique, old school toys, which set up some really good, unique scares and freaky. And they do, it follows most of the horror tropes and stuff, but overall, it's staged really well. I like the camera work in this film. There's a lot of good tracking shots and different types of angles that you see like above the house, and it just glides down in front of them and stuff. Or when the girl's getting pushed by an evil presence, and you can see like the dark, you can just see the hands and like the back chest part of the person pushing her and stuff. It makes for a creepy experience, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely gripping. It gets a little overboard, I think, with a little bit of like the evil possession and stuff like that in it, but overall, it's still a far more superior film than Annabelle. This one definitely it does a lot of the same sort of tropes and stuff, but it adds a lot of livelihood and well put together uh, to make thoughts to make a cohesive storyline to make a good prequel. And with that, it's a very good, well put together film. It's not going to be for everyone, but overall, I still think it's way better than Annabelle, and it's definitely one of the better ones in this Conjuring universe. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty amusing film. There's some good scares. The acting's pretty good. It's well shot, pretty well written. Most of the characters are pretty good and stuff. And overall, with the connection to the first film, they do it very nicely. But for the most part, most of it is just an excuse to have a haunted house movie with a little bit of tie-ins in it. But overall, it's still a fun film. So I enjoyed this one probably as much as I enjoyed Conjuring 2. Um, I liked it quite a bit, and I think it's really good. I don't really think it's a good haunted doll movie. I think this is a good haunted house movie. They just use the doll as some of a conduit, and yeah, to help with the haunt, to help enhance the story and feel of it. But overall, it's still a really good film. I love the setting too. So I'm going to give Annabelle Creation a 4 out of 5. It's really well put together, well executed, and overall a fun film. And you guys see a little bit of gore in this one and a little more enhanced violence and aggressiveness towards it. More, they're always up in the game with these films, it seems. So I really enjoyed that part aspect of the film as well. So yeah, definitely a fun film, follows the tropes, but yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I'll link the trailer down below, like always. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I can't remember if I said that or not. So, but yeah, the trailer's linked down below if you want to check it out if you haven't seen it or anything, or if you want to relive it, that's down below. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's linked down below. That's where I always post video clips of films we review in the future. All my stories have the film title hashtag and some genre film and a hashtag, so you're aware of it. And also, my Letterbox is linked down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the film. So, follow me on one of those two platforms. Stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. And also, let me know what your favorite Conjuring universe film is as well. And yeah, but make sure you subscribe. Hopefully find something weird, obscure, and odd that I probably never thought of checking out together. And also, so you can hear my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic reviews on classic films, and reviews on other things as well. So, and don't forget to ring that bell because, well, we're going to review one of the more controversial films in this franchise. A lot of people hate this one. The next one I'm going to look at, I've never seen it, so I'll be the judge if it's good or bad. So we're going to talk about The Nun. So make sure you tune in for that one. And yeah, watch out for all those evil dolls out there causing demonic incidences in our houses. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.